Hello and welcome back, I'm Shelf Unit, and this is my continuing Let's Play of Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition.
Endure.
Indeed.
In enduring, grow strong.
Yep. And I've just remembered what I've forgotten to do, the Path of Zerthamon.
I hear your words.
So, let's do a couple of these to start off. Let's do the 5th Circle of Zerthamon. Zerthamon was the first to know the way of freedom, yet it was not he that first came to know the way of rebellion. The knowing of rebellion came to the warrior queen Gith, one of the people. She had served the Illithids upon many of the false worlds as a soldier, and had come to know war and carried it in her heart. She had come to know how others might be organized to subjugate others. She knew the paths of power, and she knew the art of taking from the conquerors the weapons by which they could be defeated. Her mind was focused, and both her will and blade were as one. Continue the symbols. The turning in which Zerthamon came to know Gith. Zerthamon ceased to know himself. Her words were as fires lit in the hearts of all who heard her. And hearing her words, he wished to know war. He knew not what afflicted him, but he knew he wished to join his blade to Gith. He wished to have his hate expression and share his pain with the Illithid. Gith was one of the people, but her knowing of herself was greater than any Zerthamon had ever encountered. She knew the ways of flesh. She knew the Illithids. And in knowing herself, she was to know how to defeat them in battle. The strength of her knowing was so great that all those that walked her path came to know themselves. Gith was but one. Her strength was such that it caused others to know their strength. And Zerthamon laid his steel at her feet. And now we talk to him again.
What is your will?
Things I would know. Talk to you about your teachings. Over the unbroken circle of Zerthamon, which spake to you. What did you come to know? That there is great strength in numbers, but there is great power in one. For the strength of the will of many, one may gather numbers to it. There is strength not only in knowing the self, but knowing how to bring it forth in others. 3,000 XPs. You have come to know the 5th Circle of Zerthamon. With this knowing, I impart this to you. He takes the circle with the death, blah, blah, blah. More bits and pieces. Very well, I will do it. We have learnt the 5th Circle of Zerthamon. Let's just check, do we have any space? We do not. Vilqua's Eye. Oh, that's a level 1 spell, so we now have the Power of One. The Power of One, the Power of Many. Disney Acolyte. Ugh. Reference there, but that's pretty good, actually. In fact, that's really good. Wow. Especially for a warrior. Itself, person touched. Really interesting. Okay, but since we missed out on a couple of them, I might as well do the others now. 6th circle, you slide the plates, blah, blah, blah. Upon the blasted plain, Zerthamon told Gith there cannot be two skies. In the wake of his words came war. Upon the blasted plains, the people had achieved victory over their Illithid masters. They knew freedom. Yet before the green fires had died from the battlefield, Gith spoke of continuing the war. Many, still filled with the bloodlust in their hearts, agreed with her. She spoke of not merely defeating the Illithids, but destroying all Illithids across the plains. After the Illithids had been exterminated, they would bring war to all the other races they encountered. In Gith's heart fires raged. She lived in war, and in war she knew herself. All that her eyes saw she wanted to conquer. Zerthamon spoke the beginnings of that which was against Gith's will. He spoke that the people already knew freedom. Now they should know themselves again and mend the damage that had been done to the people. Behind his words were many other hearts of the people who were weary of war against the Illithid. Know that Gith's heart was not Zerthamon's heart on this matter. She said that the war would continue. The Illithid would be destroyed. Their flesh would be no more. Then the people would claim the false worlds as their own. Gith told Zerthamon that they would be under the same sky in this matter. The words were like bared steel. From Zerthamon came the pronouncement of two skies. In the wake of his words came war. And we will...
What is your will?
Teachings. What did you come to know? I know that Zerthamon's devotion to the people was such that he was willing to protect them from themselves. He knew the Illithids had come not to know themselves in their obsession with control and domination, so he chose to stop Gith before she carried the people to their deaths. There must be balance in all things, or else the self will not hold. 5,000 XPs, 2 items gained. I know Zerthamon's devotion to the Oh, that's me. I know that... You have seen the words and know them. Dakon's voice slows. Dakon, is that second plate for you? Dakon falls silent. His blade has ceased shimmering, the film freezing upon its surface. He's staring at the second plate, paralysed. Do you know the sixth circle? Dakon looks up, but his cold black eyes do not meet your gaze. No, there is nothing more I may teach you. You know the way of as the people know it, and it shall give you direction by which you may know yourself. That's not what I asked. Do you know the sixth circle or not? Dakon is silent for a moment and then speaks, his voice slow and careful. It has come to pass that I do not know the sixth circle of Zerthamon. Once I knew it, but I know it now only I saw the words. Dakon's eyes stare through you. That is all. It is my path that I no longer know the way of Zerthamon. Dakon, there is one other thing I would know. Why is Vilkar's eye in the circle of Zerthamon? It seems strange. It tells of how the people benefited from a treachery from their own, it seems. Dakon's eyes flash. I have told you it is part of the telling of how the people came to know freedom. Do you not listen? His voice flattens as if he is reciting a passage from memory. It tells the people that even in the greatest treachery, a greater knowing may be achieved. It doesn't sound to me like you believe that. I think there's another reason Vilkar's eye is in this circle of Zerthamon. It's set there because the sixth circle and the pronouncement of two skies. It's there to justify Zerthamon's treacheries to the people upon the blasted plains. Dakon is silent. His blade bleeds into a dead black, teeth rippling along the edge. He divided the people upon the blasted plains, Dakon. He divided your race. When they were on the path of victory, I would like to believe that it was because he wished to save people from themselves, but I don't think you believe that. Dakon is silent for a moment, then he speaks slowly. I do not know the sixth circle as it is known to others. I fear that the third circle, fourth circle, and the sixth circle are more closely linked than many know. It is in that knowing that I have lost myself. In the third circle, Zerthamon submerged his will to deceive the Illithids. Then in the fourth circle, it speaks of the benefits of treachery. And then in the sixth circle, Zerthamon divides his people before they exterminate the Illithids. Do you think Zerthamon's words may not have been his own? Know my words, and know the wound that lies upon my heart. I fear that when Zerthamon was upon the Pillars of Silence, he did not submerge his will. I fear his will was taken from him by the Illithids, and when he spoke upon the blasted plains, it was their words he spoke. I fear that what he did was not for the people's sake, but for our former masters. It's possible, but no, it doesn't necessarily mean...
Updated my journal.
Then know this and speak of it no more. Dakon's voice is like a knife. Know that I shall never know the truth. There is no resolution to this matter, for I shall never know. Zerthamon's heart upon those blasted plains. His cold black eyes glare at the stone circle in his hand. And so I do not know myself because of the unbroken circle of Zerthamon. Then we shall discuss this no more, and we have an achievement, the Shattered Circle. Discover why Dakon's faith is shattered. So we have 2 sixth circles of Zerthamon. Caster only, when hit the same number of times as level, 4 or 5 seconds, level of caster. Usable only by mages, Dakon, and the Nameless One. Upon the blasted plains, inscribed. Not sure what it does. exactly. Power of 1. I have to pop that down in there simply because I don't have anything else to put in. So,
Done.
let's take a look and see who this is. It's nobody, but there is a heart charm in there somewhere. Anything else? That's still no
All right.
no additional things. So we've got a few more doors. Not hearing any more sounds. That's not to say there aren't any. Okay. So let's come back here and we can start opening doors. Let's start on this one.
Done.
Oh, crikey, that goes other places.
All right.
Like lots of other places. To the upper ward. Oh, and this goes all the way. Does this not go anywhere at all? Is that literally just a door to nowhere? It is. That's ridiculous. Door has been sealed. There was another door somewhere down here, if I recall. Yeah, just over here. This door is locked.
Right.
Oh, that's easy enough.
I'm gone.
What in the fucking hell are you? What the hell was that? What in the hell was that? I have literally no idea what the fuck that was all about. Let's see if that's in my bestiary. Beasts. NPC. Somheim. Four-legged creatures of pure evil. They seem to travel in carnivorous herds. What was that thing that we saw? The yeah, we saw that. Triglet? Weird. Sentient trees. Oh, that must have been... Oh, this is the Trillon. Huh. Just weird. Something... Where are we? Larval worm. Not the pleasant earthworms that emerge from the ground after a heavy rain. They're slimy, massive creatures that feed on carrion. Their mouths are lined with sharp teeth. Doesn't look sharp to me. Can tear the arm off a strong man or the head from a child. Delightful. There's nothing else at all. Of course there are. What's my XP's like? I mean, we could definitely do another round of these, guys.
What's up? Good as done.
Come on, bud.
I'm a little out of practice, it seems.
Of course.
Yeah? Good as done.
Come on, guys. What are you doing?
Damn it!
Dude.
Die. Damn.
Huh? Good as done.
Just hold together for one more.
My jaw is hanging by a
Time
thread.
is
Would you...
over.
Come here, in here.
Die.
What?
Okay, let's
I'm gone.
head out here now. Oh. Well, okay.
Yes?
Pick up any more spells? Not really. I'll use one of these just because.
Done.
And we'll just slink along here. I think we can get a few of you interested. Definitely get you interested, buddy.
Playtime.
Damn it!
Okay. Let's see if we can get anybody else interested in here. Woohoo! Woohoo! Woohoo!
Rock sings true.
Get a stiletto out of it. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, losers. Oh boy, that's a lot. Really? Ah, bit of cash.
Done.
Not too much. Come on, we're so close to leveling. So close to leveling.
I'm a little out of practice, it seems.
Take that. Come on, guys. There you go.
Die.
Oh, this one I can't pick.
Jesus.
Might as well.
Damn it.
Jesus, she's
Ready.
absolutely battered. Yeah, I'm going to have to use that on you.
Things true. Done.
Nobody else. Okay, I think we're done here. Let's get out and rest a bit. Okay. And we are rested. Most of our wounds are healed.
Done.
What does our journal say about where we need to be now? Find Alwyn. Now, somewhere else in Clark's ward. I think we've seen her. And yeah, I'll go and see Quell very shortly. But I do want to find this other person.
I'm gone.
There's a harlot. Maybe it's a harlot. Beautifully attired, stuckily attired prostitutes. A far cry from those you saw in the hive. She smells of expensive perfumes, and the lines of her face are subtly accentuated with lightly painted lines of soft, warm colours. She smiles as you approach her and curtsies gracefully. Greetings, good sir. Seeking to quench your lust that Mistress Grace's brothel can't satisfy, I hope? No, but I had some questions. No thanks. Yeah, say there, Chief. What do you say? How about spotting old Mort a bit of jink? Been more than a while, you know? Really gotta leave Mort. Farewell, miss. Good God. Mort, you're awesome, but still. What's that? I can't determine what this odd device is. I can't figure that one out either. It looks kind of like a surfboard or a motorcycle without any actual wheels. There's Namel. I think Namel's the one are we looking for? Namel? The woman smiles as she greets you, her beauty no less breathtaking than the first time you saw her. Namel held her breath as the stranger approached. Had he found Alwyn? No, okay. I was actually looking for her. Harlot. I mean, you'd think that if she was here... Oh, let's have a look at the performance artist. The man's face has been painted white. A pair of arched eyebrows have been penciled onto his brow, and red powder has been used to make small circles on his cheeks and accentuate his lips. He says something, but you can't hear him. His hands are pressed up against what looks like an invisible wall. What? I can't hear you. He's a mime, Jesus. He hangs his head, sighs soundlessly, and shrugs. He then steps back a bit, waves farewell to you, and begins to pantomime various actions, putting on a rope, walking downstairs, and so on. False and Grace look closely at the man. I believe I've heard of this sort of performance art. It's common on a number of prime worlds. She lowers her voice so that only you can hear her, and widely loathed on more than a few of them. You reach out to touch the man, but your hand is stayed by some unseen force. Performance artist appears to be trapped in some sort of invisible box or cage. Thug boss. Okay, let's get rid of the quick loop bar and talk to the thug boss. This young but well-muscled thug, while certainly well-armed and large enough to be dangerous, seems awfully clean for a typical street tough. He's carrying a massive axe in one hand and a steel box in the other. As you near him, he puffs up and scowls at you. What are you looking at, sod? Pike off, or I have to scrag you. Scrag? What in the nine planes of batter are you talking about, you idiot? Scrags nag nip yank by the hard heads, yet clueless addle covered burk. He glares daggers at Anna but says nothing. You do seem a little well groomed for a thug. Stop shaking, you sharp bone box leatherhead. This is my territory and you'll be leaving it quick if you don't want my bloods to tear you apart. Anna snickers, shaking her head. Rattle your sword, rattling your bone box it is. I'd so like to see how long you last drop smack in the middle of the hive acting as you are. Anna turns to you. Come on, let's be off. No use wasting our time with this wee stem basher would be. His face flushes angrily as he gnashes his teeth in frustration. That's it, you piking ass for it. Get in, bloods. He raises his axe and leaps to attack. Let's attack him.
I will hear you. I'm hurt.
Jesus! I had no idea.
I'm gone.
Please lend me strength.
Balance in all things.
Lend me
Done.
strength.
A little bit. Let's get all of these to you, all of these weapons to you. Heart charm I will take. Cranium that charm I will give to you. And then you can also
I'm here.
grab those,
It is I.
and you can have those.
All right.
And let's see what this steel box is. Sturdy steel box is a thick leather handle on the top, but there's no apparent way to open the thing. Appears to be welded shut. There are a number of very narrow slits along the side, and though you can't quite see the box through them, a sickly sweet rotting smell wafts out from the slits. We will use that in a little bit. Cafe patron, citizen, Harmonium officer. Ah, there's Owen. A tall, slender woman occasionally looks up from a cup of wine to scan the surrounding patrons and passes by. Her facial features are elegantly exotic and her eyes, brilliant golden colour, will catch the light, sparkling as she looks about. Greetings. She regards you carefully for a moment before replying. She speaks slowly and carefully, avoiding direct eye contact with you. I, Elwyn, return your greetings. Elwyn, your friend Namel is looking for you.
Updated my
She
journal.
begins to smile and then covers her mouth with her hand and looks down at her drink. I, Aelwyn, am most pleased to hear of Namel. Might I, Aelwyn, persuade you to tell her of this place? Yeah, I'll do that.
Updated my journal.
You directly, and just for the briefest moments before she casts her eyes back down to her drink. Your senses are awash with a warm, comfortable feeling, pure happiness. I, Aelwyn, thank you. It's my pleasure. May I ask you about her, though? Aelwyn nods slowly. The way she speaks, what her words do. How? I, Aelwyn, can only say we come from another place, another world. We are not like the people here, whose words, thoughts, very feelings even, affect nothing directly. Go on. I, Aelwyn, take great care as to not affect those around me too greatly. Namel, she is new here and cannot do so. It is something she must learn, should she choose to remain here much longer. But why? There are many reasons. I, Aelwyn, feel it is not right to impose reality upon those without the ability to impose their own reality upon me, Aelwyn. Is there anything you cannot do by simply speaking of it? She frowns. A strange, unpleasant feeling rises in the pit of your stomach. Please, I, Aelwyn, would speak of it no more. Just one other question. She looks at you directly, her face reflected in the glittering golden discs of her eyes. He would speak of it no more to Aelwyn, and thus would no longer force her to speak in such a way to him. You find yourself unable to voice another question, your words catch in your throat as you try to ask. Farewell, then. Interesting. Where are you? There you are. The woman smiles as she greets you. Had he found Aelwyn? She wondered. I found Aelwyn. She was looking for you too.
Updated my journal.
Mel's lips form a perfect smile. An infectious happiness radiates from her, clinging to you like a sweet-smelling warmth. Namel was overjoyed to hear of her friend. Was Aelwyn close by? She's at a cafe. Another cafe east of here, across this part of the board. Namel thanked the man for his wondrous news. Soon she would go to visit her oldest friend, Elwyn. Now, though, she would reward the stranger. That's all right. I need no reward. Namel touches her index finger to her lips, making a faint hushing noise. She would draw the stranger close, laying her hand upon his chest and kissing the pale, leathery skin of his cheek. Life would flow into him, invigorating him. This, then, was to be his reward. 8,000 XP, and maximum +3 hit point permanency. Awesome. As you wait, there was a light tingling sensation upon your cheek and chest, and feeling spreads across the whole of your body, and you begin to feel stronger, more animated. Thanks. I had some questions. Namel listened to the stranger's questions, but could answer none. He would have to seek his answers elsewhere. But I haven't even asked. She smiles at you, slowly shaking her head, your face reflected in her shimmering eyes. Frustrated, confused, he at last gave up. It was clear that this woman possessed no more knowledge that was of use to him. Or if she did, she could not be persuaded to share it. What? No, just let me ask you something. You open your mouth, but no words come out. Try as you might, you cannot question her. Namel shakes her head sadly.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Good lad. And we have a level up. Almost for me. Not quite for you. Not quite for Mort. Very almost for you. But definitely for you. A level 8 fighter. +1 to edged weapons. Fighting skills have improved. Hit points have gained. Okay. And I think it might be this one. Where are we? 2 attacks per round. Edged weapon 3. It's pretty impressive. To hit 6. Bonus of +6, damage +4. Yeah. Quite happy with how we are going here. Let's get rid of that.
All right.
I'm going to do a bit of shopping, which I will do in here, and I will see you in a second. Let's quick save. Don't talk to Arwen anymore. Owen clasps her hands together and bows her head to you in thanks, tears of joy falling from her golden eyes. Just as your own eyes begin to water, she wipes away her tears and smiles, causing a wave of intense pleasure to wash over your entire body. Elwyn thanked the stranger. She's been reunited with her dearest friend, Mel. It was my pleasure. She nods and then looks down again, feeling her smile evoked, fading away into pleasant memories. I, Elwyn, would tell you something now, stranger. Yes, go on.
Updated my journal.
The name I, Elwyn, chose for you, stranger, is not so fitting. You and I, Elwyn, have met before. In the Fest Hall, in a place you would not have been were you not a sensate yourself. Whether you recall or no, unless you betrayed the Society of Sensation at some point, you are a sensate. I see, tell me more. She nods. You and I, Aelwyn, have met on 2 different occasions. The first was no less than 2 centuries past. The last more recently, perhaps no more than 50 years ago. It's quite a long time ago. She nods again. My Aelwyn's people are extremely long-lived, forgetful one. She sighs unhappily, causing a chill to descend over you. You seemed a different man then, less grim, less scarred. So eager to see all that the multiverse had to offer. You courted me, Aelwyn, then, and was nearly taken as a lover. But then you disappeared. Where did I go? I, Aelwyn, was told you'd been slain, murdered. She looks up for a moment to peer curiously into your eyes. I met you only once more after that. Did I remember you then? No, she shakes her head sadly and touches her throat. You did not. You lashed out at me, Aelwyn, made to slay me, screamed how I, Aelwyn, could not fool you, would not ensnare and murder you. What happened? We had met in one of the northern towers of the festival, on the 7th floor. Before you could choke the life from me, I, Aelwyn, used my powers to bade you leap from the window to your death. When I, Aelwyn, finally went in search of your broken body, you had already got... You did what? That is the whole of my Aelwyn's tale for you. We were not strangers once, but have now become so. Farewell, stranger, and may fortune walk with you on your travels. Thanks, I think. So there's a barkeeper. Let's talk to the barkeep. Smiling man nods cheerfully at you as you approach. Welcome to my cafe, good sir. What may I serve you? Some wine, perhaps? No, but I had some questions. The man gives you a helpless sort of look. Humblest apology, sir, but I make it a policy to serve drinks and nothing more. You shall have to look elsewhere for conversation, I'm afraid. You certainly wouldn't like a drink? Bread and cheese, perhaps? Let's see if there's anybody in your bar. Which is absolutely empty. and aspiring sensei artist. This attractive, pale-faced girl smiles at you, motioning towards a book full of charcoal sketches. Greetings and well met, good sir. My name is Ulana. I'm an artist by trade and would gladly make a fine sketch of you for 5 coppers commons. I can make a serious sketch if you like, or a caricature. No thanks, farewell. She smiles, but somewhat sadly. Farewell then. Please do not hesitate to return if you change your mind. That's a shame.
I'm gone.
What's down here? Cafe patron, cafe patron, cafe patron. Okay. Oh, there's Namel heading over. Awesome. We haven't been down here. I'm trying to quickly check all the corners. And the harlot. What's in here?
I'm gone.
And lazy scribe. Man gives a sheepish smile and half bow at your approach. Remembered, I thought you were one of my employers, men. When you walked in, was I ever relieved to see you were not? Why? Why are you here? I cannot stand my work at the record sub-hall 7 for another moment, so I darted off. Had I simply gone home, my employer would have sent a messenger. That tyrant. That's why I'm hiding here, of course. I intend to lounge about for a bit longer before returning to my cramped little desk. Farewell, then. Come on, there's the exit. There you are. Curious looking building, to say the least. Yeah, let's take a gander up here.
Done.
And there's another entrance in there that we haven't been to. Ooh, Ellerbrand. And another harlot. Let's talk to you. This old woman examines you closely with her sharp grey eyes. First your face, then your arms and various tattoos. Greetings, scarred one. Come to speak with Ellerbrand, have you? Come to have your fortune told, mayhap, for a paltry 5 coins. Yes, tell me my fortune. Ellerbrand places your coins in her belt pouch and takes your hands. She quietly studies your palms, frowning deeply. At long last she speaks. Some rare folk are what called fateless, ye see. They wander through their lives, doing as they see fit, creating their own destinies. Ye have no fortune to tell, scarred one, none at all. I have nothing to tell ye, and so here's your coin. She returns you 5 coppers. I have some questions. I do not speak of things in mundane things, scarred one. In that case, farewell. Hold ye on a moment, scarred one. Elbrand reached out, touching her arm. My mother gave me something once long ago, a scroll sealed with wax. An hooded man had entrusted it to her and said that the man such as ye would one day unwittingly come to claim it. Here, I would have ye take it now. What is it? Elbrand shakes her head, frowning. I do not know. She was sworn never to read the thing, and I obeyed her request to leave the seal unbroken myself. The man had paid her handsomely to take it. Take the scroll, but warned her of the direst consequences should she open it. Thanks, then. Farewell. Okay, and we now have a suspicious sealed scroll. The scroll's been tightly bound with red ribbon and sealed with wax. Can't put your finger on it, but you've a bad feeling about the thing. So hoping and reading the scroll would somehow be dangerous. Okay, and let's take a quick look in here.
I'm gone.
Nothing. And as expected, nothing. Okay, right.
Done.
It appears that we have uncovered everything in here. We've only got to find the this now. So I will head further back to the Civic Fest Hall. And try and find, I'll go to, what's his name again? Quell. And see what he has to say.
Done.
No, that's the wrong way. I need the private sensorium.
Done.
Should be easy enough. Can you help me? Show the sensoriums. Take me to the private sensorium.
I'm gone.
Well, back in here. No, there you are. Quell glances around him as you approach. Blast! Nowhere to hide! He sighs loudly. Well, out with it. What do you wish from me now? He plops a candy into his mouth and looks at you expectancy. Had some questions. What to put? Find her. She knows something about my past. What do you think I should do? Do I need to get into a maze? Does that really need your help? Can you tell me how to do it or not? Did I not get a piece of her? I've done that. Okay, well. This apparently is going to be a problem for next time. So, I will say thank you ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please subscribe. If not, do not worry about it. Next time we will... Well, honestly, I'm going to look up and see what it is I'm expected to do now, as I've really got not a great deal of idea of what I'm supposed to do. But we shall see. Anyway, thank you again. See you next time. Goodbye.